and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian, and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Central Europe here in Hungary, capital city of Budapest. Hi, Shachzaib. Hi, Gurman. Hanif, Yata, Sajuti, Otabek, Kamron. Good to see many students in the class ready to learn. And we are focusing on IELTS speaking in this class, specifically speaking part 1, the first part. And I'm going to teach you some steps to work towards that band 9 score. Hi, honey. Nice to see our members joining in as well. Hi, Bijay. Of course, as usual, this class, these materials, they're presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS success. Definitely visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, we have lots and lots of materials to help you improve your English and your communication. You can practice for all sections of the IELTS. You can download the apps for your mobile, link them to your web account, Academic IELTS Help. The app will link to aehelp.com. General IELTS Help app will link to gieltshelp.com. And I'll show you where you can practice speaking for free with other IELTS students. This is our general IELTS website here with the green background. You can click that big red button to join the premium package. We're an official British Council IELTS registration center for Saudi Arabia. And we have British Council agents working on our team. So if you have questions, ask us. This is the academic IELTS here with the blue background. And of course, to get a band 9 or to get high bands in the IELTS, which means 6.5 or higher, you have to be very fluent. You have to use good English. And the most important step for that is to practice. So when you create an account on our website, you can log in by clicking on the My Student account. As soon as you're in the My Student account, you have access to computer-based practice exams, a full interactive course. You have PDFs that you can print. You have lesson videos in HD, audio, additional services for writing. And then here, on the right, you have your Task 1, Task 2 writing services, and you have your student partner speaking and your speaking interview practice, so you can use these. When you click on the student partner speaking on the website, you will be redirected to another page where you will find other students waiting for someone to practice with them, and you'll pretty much always find someone. You can audio chat, video and audio chat like Zoom or Skype. You can send them a text first saying, hey, I'd like to practice my IELTS with you. We can see right now Roman, Goldie, and Hassan are waiting for some speaking partners, and that is absolutely free, okay? All right. Ronnie, I'm happy to hear that you boosted your scores. That's fantastic. Good. Ferdovs, nice to see you in the class. Okay, so make sure to use this speaking service. You will also find questions for the speaking section on this page, IELTS speaking script. So just use that. I'm going to close it. Otherwise, people will ping me to chat with them because I was logged in there. We'll just go back to the entry page here. So again, absolutely free. Make sure to use that when you have some time. Leave that page open, okay? Lots of our students use it. They enjoy it. They find lots of benefit. Many people complain that they have nobody to practice with. So yeah, so just make sure to go there and practice. Mr. Unsolved, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. All right. If you have questions, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. And this is our schedule for this week. So today it's the first class for this week. We always start on Wednesday and do live classes until Saturday. So again, speaking today. Tomorrow we'll start a task 2 with members, and we'll do a task 1 with everybody. Some kind of a chart for sure, a line graph or a bar chart. And then we'll have reading and speaking later in the week. Okay, let's get into some speaking practice. So I'll talk about speaking section and some strategy in a moment. Let's just warm up. Okay, now make sure to speak. Don't just type in the chat. Typing in the chat is good. Make sure to say what you type, and also repeat me. Copy my intonation, my enunciation. So speak and repeat as much as you can during this class, and speak aloud. So don't just mumble like, but really speak. Okay, really speak nice and loud. Okay, speak and repeat. When you hear new words, write them down. Okay, write them down. Nick Hill, good to see you in the class. Okay, all right. So here we go. You walk into the IELTS test center and you're waiting for your speaking exam. You should be there at least 40 minutes to an hour before your speaking exam starts. You should be using English all morning, all day before your exam starts. That's super important. Be confident. You have a right to be there. You paid for this exam. Be respectful and believe in yourself, okay? That's really important. And you walk into your exam, and then the examiner starts off with some very basic questions that they are required to ask you. They will ask you these. You walk in, and the examiner will greet you. They'll say, welcome. Please have a seat. Before we begin, may I see your identification? So that will be one of the very, very first questions, because if you don't have your identification, you cannot take the test. So both for the sitting part and for the listening, reading, writing, and for the speaking, you have to show your ID, okay? All right, Andriy Uskov says, here is my identification. Please have a look, with a smile. Yeah, good, Andriy, and smiling is good, gives you confidence. Petya, I think, or certainly, here it is. This is my passport that I used to register for this exam. Please have a look. Very nice. Make sure to be fluent with this. Surya says, yes, certainly. Here's my passport that I used to register for this exam. Please have a look. Dhruv says, yes, here's my national ID card, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Very nice, okay? Dhruv, I like it. It's original, and you're combining giving them your ID card with a greeting, and it's a pleasure to meet you. It's very nice. If I'm your examiner, I would feel very honored that you were original and that you actually said that. So great. Nick Hill says, certainly, here's my passport that I used to register for this exam. Please have a look. Okay, good. All right. Sandeep, yes, please means that I'm going to give you water or serve you snacks, okay? In natural English, we usually don't say yes, please. That's a response. If I say, would you like some water? And you say, yes, please. Then I go, okay, here's some water, okay? But if I say, may I see your identification? And you say, yes, please, then I think that I have to give you my identification. It's kind of awkward. So, yes, please take a look, okay? All right, so careful with that. That's awkward English, and right away it's showing kind of an unnatural English if you say yes, please. Yes, please is a response in natural English to a request or to a question. Okay, so careful with that. So I think it was Dhruv. I liked Dhruv's response. So certainly, here is my ID card that I used to register, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Sure, that's nice. I like it. I think that's very polite, and it's nice. Okay, so repeat after me. May I see your identification? Certainly. Here's my ID card that I used to register, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I would probably say thank you. And then I would say, what is your full name? What should I call you? You should answer that question before they ask you, okay? So you should answer that question with the response to what is your full name. So show some fluency here. Express your full name that's on your ID card or your passport, and tell them what they should call you, okay? So Shahzaib says, my given name is Shahzaib Mirza, as you just saw on my ID. For For the time being, just call me Shahzaib. Yeah, Shahzaib. For the time being, it's a little bit awkward in this context. For the time being, just call me Mr. Adrian. That's an expression that we would use in just some very unique kinds of situations where we're not really comfortable with the person and we're maybe in a position of authority. Don't do it on the IELTS. It's a little bit awkward, okay? So just say, please call me, or my nickname is, or just call me, something like that, okay? For the time being, it's okay, but it's a bit awkward. It's a bit on the awkward side, okay? Rachel says, my given name is Rachel, but please call me Rachel. No but, Rachel. My given name is Rachel. My family name is Namrita. Please call me Rachel. No but. There's no contrast. Okay, that's awkward. Hanith says, my full name is Hanith Kumar. Please call me by my first name, Hanith. You can call me is a little bit it's a slightly impolite form when you're talking to an examiner. Okay? All right? If you're talking to your employee, then you can say you can call me. Okay? When you're in the position of authority. All right? Jwalanta Kanal says, my first name is Jolanta and my family name is Kanal. If you don't know, my English name is Flemind. Please call me Fleming. Okay, Flemind or Fleming? All right. You can just say, my English nickname is Fleming. Please call me Fleming. Okay, it's a little bit more natural. So again, for these warm-up questions, you want to be really natural because the examiner is assessing you. Even if it's not formally, they're informally measuring your English from the very first sound that comes from your mouth. Rashika says, my given name is Rashika and my family name is Rathnayake. Please call me by my first name, Rashik. Rashika. Okay, so my full name is Sandra Lisa McKinley. Please just call me by my nickname, Sandy. Okay. So I'm always trying to come up with a different name, and I realize that I'm always coming up with guys' names, so why not a girl's name this time? It's a bit challenging to be creative with names, I'll be honest with you, but here we go. So repeat after me. What is your full name? My full name is Sandra Lisa McKinley. Please just call me by my nickname, Sandy. Okay, Sandy. The speaking has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each, and I will record this for marking purposes. For part 1, I will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. What did you do yesterday? Pay attention to the tense here and be linear, be visual, give a nice, smooth answer for this. So what did you do yesterday? This is considered a very simple question. So even a band 3 or a band 4 person should slowly be able to answer this question, okay? A band 7 should be very good at answering this question. A band 9 should be able to give an expert, linear, detailed response that's original, all right? Mr. Unsolved says, yesterday I went to Gur National Park, which is situated in Junag. I studied about animals, and it was a lot of fun. Mr. Unsolved, a lot of tense mistakes. Just go to, no, went to. I like to study, no, I studied, okay? So watch your tenses. Ishabek says, so yesterday I learned vocabulary to improve my English, and I listened to different types of music. including Fearless and Himanji. These always help me to focus on my ideas when I'm feeling a bit nervous. Okay, Ishabek, good. You have some good detail. It's original. I like it. Your tense is fairly good. Couple of slight mistakes, but overall quite good. Ferdovs, nice paraphrasing. Ferdovs, our member, says, the day before, I prepared for this exam for about 5 hours, watching some videos on IELTS, and I practiced speaking with one of my buddies. Nice natural language, Ferdovs. I like it. Okay. All right, good. Very nice. I like your quantitative language as well. So explaining that you studied about 5 hours and nice paraphrasing the day before. Okay, because yesterday is the day before today. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Showing that range of vocabulary. Otabek says, after such a busy day, I tried to relax. I went to the park with my friends. After that, I went to a computer club and played some video games. Okay, Otabek, not bad. However, careful with your grammar. Okay, it's a little bit off. So Otabek, the beginning after so busy day, that would be considered incorrect English in this situation. The correct English would be, my camera decided to take a snooze. No problem. I'll get you back here real quick. So think about that correct English. In the meanwhile, it's a bit of a tricky grammar. Here's my little baby girl. Always puts a smile on my face. Okay, so here we go. So Otabek, instead of saying after so busy day, after having had such a busy day yesterday. Okay, that would be the way to express that. So careful with the English that you use. Make sure you're using English that you're confident with. Okay, so after having had a very busy day at work yesterday, finishing a project for a client, I went to the park to play with my kids, and then I watched some Netflix to kick up my feet and unwind. I watched my favorite sci-fi, the new Star Trek series. Okay. So that would be the correct way to say that, okay? So again, careful with that. If you're reporting multiple events that you did yesterday, so multiple actions, then you want to make sure that you're using some past perfect as well, okay? So using past perfect as well. There we go. Let me brighten this up a little bit more here. There you go. Now you can see me a little bit more. All right. So here we go. Just repeat after me. So what did you do yesterday after having had a very busy day at work yesterday, finishing a project for a client? I went to the park to play with my kids, and then I watched some Netflix to kick up my feet and unwind. I watched my favorite sci-fi, the new Star Trek series. Kick up my feet. It's very visual. Basically imagine sitting on your couch or your lazy chair, and then you put up your feet on your footrest so that you can just watch a bit of TV and relax. Okay? All right. Let's keep moving. Here we go. Did you do anything to relax? Okay, well, I just mentioned that. But if the examiner asks me this anyway, then I'm going to expand, okay? So I'm going to give some more details and some more information, okay? Some examiners, if you include a response, like I kicked up my feet to unwind watching some Netflix, they'll just skip this question. But some examiners will ask you anyway to see if you can give more details, okay? All right. So be ready for that. Don't be surprised if that happens, okay? So Le Payan says, oh yes, just like I had mentioned, I like watching sitcoms. I've been following The Sound of Your Heart and Sweet Home for 2 seasons. I found them very entertaining and relaxing. Okay, very good. So that is exactly how you expand. Thank you for sharing that with us, Lepe. Bijay says, to release stress, I usually do a couple of activities. Firstly, I listen to some soft music from my playlist. Secondly, I try to meditate and clear my head. Okay, Bijay, good. Don't use the word things. Okay, things has no value. So when you use the word things, you're replacing a better word. Always practice finding that better word. But Jay, for you, that better word is activities. To release stress, I usually do a couple of activities in the evening. Okay? And then you explain more. All right? Okay. So Ferdovs says, certainly I did. I hung out with friends at a nearby pub and danced my feet off before I watched a comedy series. These activities not only helped me unwind mentally, but also physically enhanced my overall well-being. For Dobbs, good. I made a couple of corrections there. You dance your feet off. Okay, that's the expression. If you're looking for a natural idiomatic expression there, if you're doing a lot of dancing, you dance your feet off. Okay, O-F-F. You dance your feet off. Okay, Jas, again, think about another way to say that without saying I do many things. Okay, activities is one way. Think about another way. Nick Hill says, well, to relax, I not only did some exercises, but I also listened to music and watched the Netflix series since it helped me to release my stress due to my exam. Okay, sure, yeah. So make the connection. Make the connection for sure. Okay, did you do anything to relax? Well, aside from watching Netflix, I took 15 minutes in the evening to do some stretch yoga. And I also read a few pages from my book, Mystic River, which helped me to enjoy life and recharge my batteries. Okay, so here we go. Repeat after me. Did you do anything to relax? Well, aside from watching Netflix, I took 15 minutes in the evening to do some stretch yoga, and I also read a few pages from my book, Mystic River, which helped me to enjoy life and recharge my batteries. Now, students, when you include subtle details, like I took 15 minutes, okay? Specific numbers, or a few pages from my book, Mystic River, naming the book, then you're going to pick up points, okay? All of those little subtle nuances, those small details add up to points. So that's my first tip for today that I want you to keep in mind, okay? So the trick to getting high band scores is not only using accurate English responses to the questions, but also including many subtle yet very important details. These can be the names of specific nouns, such as the title of a book, as well as quantitative language, using specific numbers to give a clear idea for your examiner. Okay, so keep that all in mind. Okay, keep that all in mind. So at this point, you're doing a good job. You're feeling confident. And you're moving forward, keeping in mind these details, this quantitative language, and the examiner says, let's talk about animals. That could very easily be one of your question categories for part 1. Animals are a popular topic. Animals are usually a topic that a person learns to speak about very early in their language studies. So many different levels should be able to speak to some extent about animals. And then the examiner will say, what is your favorite type of animal and why? Or what is your favorite animal and why, if we want to simplify it. So give me a nice full sentence answer, explanation, and example for this one. So what is your favorite type of animal and why? Okay. Dhruv says, well, my favorite animal is the dog because it's very loyal to his owner and also helpful for the police. Okay, Dhruv, it's a good start, but I think that you need to explain a little bit more clearly, especially if you're talking about a dog. You should explain what kind of dogs you like. Chihuahua, German Shepherd. When we talk about dogs, there are so many kinds of dogs. The examiner might even ask you, okay, really? Okay, that's interesting. Many people like dogs. What's your favorite type of dog? So be ready for that question. If you say dog, they might ask you what kind of dog. Okay. Gus says, I really love dogs. They are clever and loyal for their master. This kind of animal can prevent accidents at home. They are understanding, and I'm happy to have a puppy in my life. Okay. Nick Hill says, I love dogs, and since they're not only cute, but also very good listeners. Yesterday, my dog Fluffy helped me by saving me $100 when someone was trying to rob me. Okay, Fluffy must be a large German Shepherd then, I'm guessing, Nick Hill, because usually thieves aren't too scared of a Shih Tzu or a Chihuahua. Okay, again, if you're going to talk about dogs, make sure you're going to be specific, so be original. Okay, Rashika says, I like parrots more than any other animal, not only because of their colorful feathers, but also because they are smart. In fact, my uncle has a talking parrot. When I was there, the parrot called me by my name. Rashika, Rashika, give me cookies, Rashika. Right. Parrots are awesome. I love parrots. Okay, I love all animals. Yeah, definitely parrots are awesome. Okay, Cigar, let's take a couple more. Cigar says, my favorite animal is the dog. As we know, there are a plethora of different kinds of dogs. For me, my favorite is the Labrador. They are graceful and more loyal to their master than other types. Yeah, okay. So my favorite animal is the dog, specifically the German Shepherd. Not only is this type of canine one of the smartest breeds, but it is also extremely loyal to its master. I have had 2 German Shepherds in my life, Rex and Hercules. I loved both of them and had tons of fun playing catch and other games with them. Okay. So, German Shepherd. Is it going to give me a capital S here? Shepherd. There it is. Okay. So here we go. Repeat after me. What is your favorite type of animal and why, right? So it's good to see that many of you are answering that why question. If you miss the why question, you definitely start losing points, especially if you do it regularly. If it happens once, no big deal. But if you miss answering the why question frequently, you will definitely miss getting a band 9 or even a band 8.5. So answering the why question is very, very important. Here we go. My favorite animal is the dog. Now, as you can imagine, many students will answer dog. So you have to ask yourself here, what makes my answer better than another candidate's? Or what makes my answer equal to a band 9 candidate's? Well, it's this next part here, specifically the German Shepherd. Not only is this type of canine one of the smartest breeds, but it is also extremely loyal to its master. I have had 2 German Shepherds in my life, Rex and Hercules. I loved both of them, and I had tons of fun playing catch and other games with them. Okay, so lots of clear explanations and specific information. Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay, when you're practicing your speaking, keep in mind. Okay. You should ask yourself, if I'm giving a popular response, which is a good idea, to a question, for example, in this case, dog, okay, what makes my response better than the other 150 candidates today? Okay, why is my response unique? Okay, so if you simply say, I love dogs because they are loyal to their master, you will get a band 6.5 to 7. Okay, so this is it's good English, all right? It's an accurate answer, but you're just giving an answer that everybody else will give, and a band 6.5 is a fluent to good user of English. And when somebody says, I love dogs because they are loyal to their master, that's a fluent to good user of English, okay? Somebody who's an expert user of the English will be able to give more details, will be able to use, for instance, a correlative conjunction to emphasize not only is this type of canine one of the smartest breeds, but it is also extremely loyal. So using that correlative conjunction is showing the examiner that, hey, look, yeah, I'm saying similar information as the other guy, but I'm manipulating my use of vocabulary in such a way that I can emphasize important points, showing that I'm an expert user of the English language. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, next question. Do you have any pets? Again, don't just give a simple answer. Give a nice, full, smooth answer, okay, with details, all right, details. Okay, so do you have any pets? Okay, Lachika Mutha says, yes, I have 2 German Shepherds, 2 cats, and a tortoise in an aquarium, or you have a tortoise and fish in an aquarium. Okay, Lachika, I'm not clear on the end there with tortoise and an aquarium. The aquarium is a fish aquarium, or it's aquarium with a tortoise. So what I'm saying there, Lachika, is you can have an aquarium with a tortoise, okay? So that would be a tortoise in an aquarium, all right? Or you can have an aquarium with fish in it. Okay, so you can have a fish aquarium. Aquarium just means basically a glass box that houses an animal. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has fish. You can have a lizard in an aquarium. You can have a snake in an aquarium. So aquariums are used for a variety of different types of animals. You can even, because there's dry aquariums as well, right? That have a little bit of water, maybe for the tortoise there. So careful with that. And then, of course, you have the other type, which is kind of like this, where it's a small cage. Okay, that's called a cage. It's, for example, like a hamster cage. So cage and aqua, meaning water, aquarium. Okay. Sometimes for lizards, they call it a terrarium. So there's different names for different types if we really get into it. But make sure that you're clear that you have a fish aquarium. Okay. And you might even go into more details. Lachika, and say that it's a freshwater aquarium. Or if you're spending more money, it could be a saltwater tropical aquarium. Okay. So again, go into details. Okay. So I have a large saltwater aquarium with tropical fish and coral. Okay, that would be a nice way to start for sure. All right, so detail. Again, remember what I said at the beginning. Band 8s, Band 9s, get those marks because they're able to use a broad range of vocabulary and paint very nice pictures of information. Okay. Preeti says, yes, I have a German Shepherd. His name is Tyson. He's very handsome and naughty. He always welcomes me when I come home after a hectic schedule from my office. He lifts my hands and lies on my legs, which shows how much he loves me. Preeti, that German Shepherd sounds fantastic. That's nice language, by the way, Preeti. I can really visualize you coming home from work. Good job. Okay, Honey says, as I have mentioned earlier, I have 2 German Shepherds. In addition, I have a Persian kitten named Sweetie. She is 6 months old, very cute and playful. Okay, Honey, that sounds good. Yeah, I like the detail. I like how you're saying it's a Persian cat, very cute, playful, good. Okay, Dustin says, I would be lying if I said no, since I own hens and roosters and a remarkable dog. All of them are members of the family. We often call pets members of the family, Dustin. Dustin, I would be lying if I said no. It's awkward. It's weird in this situation. Just say, yes, I have hens and roosters, and they lay eggs, and we also consider them our family pets. They have names, and we chase them around. Okay, Dustin? So details, all right? Yeah, dogs and cats are often considered members of the family, right? Rashika says, nowadays, I don't have any pets in the house because my apartment does not allow them. However, I have experienced having pets during my childhood. I had a really cute cat. Her name was Kitty. After school, I had lots of fun chasing her around and pulling a rubber mouse on a string. Right, okay. Akatsuki says, no, I don't have any pets because my parents don't allow them. But as I mentioned earlier, I love Siberian Huskies, so one day I will buy one for sure. Yes, Siberian Huskies are amazing, Akatsuki. Akatsuki, if you buy a Husky, make sure you have lots of space. Huskies love lots of space. My best friend had a Husky growing up, and he needed a lot of space. Okay, Mandeep says, actually, no, I don't have any pets because when I was a child, I had a pet dog that I was madly in love with. Sadly, he passed away in a road accident, and I haven't had the heart to buy another dog since then. Mandeep, it's the truth, It's very tricky to express, so be really careful, okay? This is my tip here, and this is a perfect question to give you this tip, okay? So be very careful expressing the truth when it is difficult to talk about, such as a pet dog that passed away. Okay, so sometimes it's better to make up a little bit of a white lie and go with something simple than explain to the examiner that you grew up with a dog that was very close to your heart, passed away in a road accident, and since then you haven't really had the ability and the emotional strength to get another animal. Very tricky to explain that, okay? Even tough in our own native language sometimes to talk about that because it's emotional and it's complex. So be really careful with the truth when it's emotional and complex. Okay. In this case, it's just better to make up a simple response. In this case, just keep in mind that your goal is to get a high band and make up a white lie. Okay, so for example, yes, I have a large saltwater aquarium with 2 tropical fish and coral. As well, I have a tabby cat named Stripes, and I hang out with them in the evenings while watching Netflix. They make for great company because they listen to my problems and never judge me. Okay, so here's my answer. Repeat after me. Do you have any pets? Yes. I have a large saltwater aquarium with tropical fish and coral. As well, I have a tabby cat named Stripes, and I hang out with them in the evenings while watching Netflix. And they make for great company because they listen to my problems and never judge me. All right. Okay. Next question. Here we go. Why is it good to keep pets? Again, give me a nice full sentence answer. Think explanation, think details, think example. Okay, so why is it good to keep pets? Okay, and I kind of started my answer here. I said they make good listeners. Okay. Ferdov says, because they are therapeutic for the owners, they do not only assist to improve people's mood, but also it's fun to play with them. Sometimes people talk with their pets, escaping loneliness, as I just mentioned. Yeah, they're good company, right? Ty Nguyen says, personally, I think that keeping pets is excellent since they bring a bit of color to a sometimes boring life, especially in my world where I often have my head buried in my studies. Furthermore, they also help bond family members. Yeah, very good, Ty, I agree. So they strengthen family ties to have pets. When you have a dog, then usually mom, dad, the children take the dog for walks a couple of times a day, and it gives them a chance to talk about life and each other because the dog is there to have them commit to that daily stroll. Absolutely. It's one way. Arda says, because when people are sad, they need someone to be happy, and they can definitely rely on their pets for such problems. For example, when my cats approach me and snuggle up to me, I feel cozy, and I wish they could talk. Yeah, we wish that our cats could talk, but then if they started talking, we might wish that they don't talk, because I have a feeling cats and dogs a lot of time would just say, give me food, give me food. Where's the food? Why can't I just have the food? Can I have the food now? Can I have the food now? Now. But maybe not. Maybe they'd say a little bit more than that. But I think a lot of the conversation would be about food. Okay. So, Aslan Lee says, there are a number of reasons, but I think the most important for having a pet is to have a comforting companion. They help to relieve stress and cheer people up when they are upset or tired. Okay, very nice, Aslan. I like the answer. Okay, very good. Rajveer, good to see you in the class. You decided to hop in. Fantastic. Rajveer says it's beneficial to keep pets not only because they're good listeners, but they also help to unwind. Whenever I have a hectic day at the office, I prefer to play with my pug, Pow, for about 30 minutes to unwind. Yeah, pugs are so cute with those bungee little eyes. I just want to grab their little heads and shake them all day. It's probably why I never have a pug. I would just shake that poor little guy until his eyes popped out, which would not be really good. But yeah, pugs, just so cute. Those little faces. I love those Boston Terriers and pugs. They're great little lap dogs. Lap dogs. Lap? Your lap? Like laptop? Lap dog. Honey says, in my belief, keeping pets makes the home environment very friendly and keeps everyone engaged. Yeah. Okay, so there are several reasons for keeping a pet. A larger dog, such as my shepherds, not only keep the home safe, but also make for great companionship after a long, hard day at the office. Okay. Whenever I returned home tired, it was such a relief to find them at my door waiting to lick my hand. Okay, so here we go. Why is it good to keep pets? Repeat after me again. This is speaking, everyone, so speak and repeat. Why is it good to keep pets? There are several reasons for keeping a pet. A larger dog, such as my shepherds, not only keep the home safe, but also make for great companionship. After a long, hard day at the office, whenever I returned home tired, it was such a relief to find them at my door waiting to lick my hand. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's jump a few questions here. I know many of you get ready for these answers, so we'll jump to this one right now. Have you ever seen an elephant? The reason I'm jumping here as well is because I want you to practice this grammar. So one more tip for the speaking is make sure to identify and reflect the key grammar of the questions that you are asked. For example, present perfect. Okay, here you should use the present perfect in your answer at least twice. Okay, so have you ever seen an elephant? Okay. Give me a nice full sentence answer for this one. Michael Allen, if you're not seeing the board clearly, check the resolution on your YouTube stream. Maybe switch it to 720. It's definitely clear on my end because I can see it on my feedback screen. Okay, so again, here we go. Pay attention to grammar. Have you ever seen an elephant? That's kind of a question that might surprise you. Make sure to give a full sentence answer. Ferdov says, certainly, I have seen them in Thailand during my 2-week holiday. I had been shocked when I saw that people were riding on them. Yeah, that second present perfect for Dobbs is incorrect. Have shocked? No. We wouldn't say it that way. Okay, it's a tricky one, but good on you for trying. Now you know that it doesn't work. Janelle says, in my point of view, it's good to have pets because they are both good companions and beneficial for health. Okay, Janelle, that's for the previous. Isha Beck says, so that's a tough question. I never see these creatures, but I'm quite a big fan of elephants. So in the near future, I'm hoping I'll travel to Africa to see this beautiful animal. Okay, Isha Beck, present perfect. Put it in there. If you don't, you're not going to get marks for grammar range. Dear Beck says, unfortunately, I haven't seen an elephant in real life. However, I wish to have the opportunity to see them in the future. Okay, good. Think about zoos. I'm sure many of you have probably seen elephants in the zoo. No? Yeah, Harminder says, during my childhood, my school organized a trip to the zoo where I have seen this animal with my very own eyes. Okay, Harminder, I have seen this animal. Present perfect. Okay, Saved Raoult says, yeah, I have seen elephants with their long trunks. I'm very happy about this. I'm also a bit scared of them because of their large size. I have had the chance to take some pictures of them and give them some food. Okay. Rashika says, I have seen an elephant in the National Park and Zoo. There are many elephants in my country. Yeah. So I have not only seen elephants in several zoos around the world, such as the San Diego Zoo, but I have also seen them in Thailand. In fact, I had seen a man ride an elephant in downtown Bangkok. He was selling bananas to tourists to feed to this beautiful creature. That's a true story. I visited Thailand, and there I was sitting in an open-air pub, and next thing I know, there's an elephant behind me, and Thai man saying, would you like to buy a banana to feed to my elephant? Great business. Sell the food to give to the animal. So much fun. No, I did not buy the bananas, in case you're wondering. I was a bit busy at the moment, yeah, it was amazing to see an elephant in downtown in a large city. Okay. Forever Nura just retracted that message. I was going to read it. Gus says, definitely I have seen an elephant at the Bali Zoo, which is located in the center of the city. It's a large and smart animal. Even I have tried to touch it. However, I'm a bit scared because they're always looking into my eyes. Okay, Gus, very good. All right, everyone. So here's my answer. Have you ever seen an elephant? Repeat after me. I have not only seen elephants in several zoos around the world, such as the San Diego Zoo, but I've also seen them in Thailand. In fact, I had seen a man ride an elephant in downtown Bangkok. He was selling bananas to tourists to feed to this beautiful creature. Okay. All right. Present perfect. I have seen. Present perfect again. I have seen. Past perfect. I had seen. I'm picking up grammar range marks. Okay. So grammar range, reflect the grammar. Students, that's it for today. Lots of practice, lots of good answers from many different students. Again, remember the tips for today. To get all of our videos and to practice your speaking with other students, with professional teachers, to join one of the best online IELTS programs in the world, visit us at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and glshelp.com for general IELTS. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from Budapest for now, but I will be back tomorrow with Task 2 writing starting for members. Everybody is welcome to watch. And Task 1 writing for the all chat class. So make sure to join me there, okay, tomorrow. All right. I look forward to seeing all of you as well. Have a lovely rest of your day. If it's late in your country, sweet dreams. And don't forget to stay positive, get your vitamins, stay healthy, stay fit. Much love to all of you. I'm Adrian signing out from Budapest. Bye for now.